Welcome everyone to this February 2018 edition of Moreton Bay Property Networking Group. I'd like to thank our sponsors for continuing to support the MBPN, Mobs and Company Chartered Accountants, Ray White, Crediflex, GoGecko is our new real estate sponsor, and Mobs and Company, as well, of course. My name's Jeremy Stretton, one of the directors at Stretton Mason Lawyers. So as I said, this is February 2018, so welcome everyone to the new year. Who would have thought it would be February already? I'm really looking forward to connecting with everyone this year and getting some really good value and talks in through the Moreton Bay Property Networking Group so that you get some great information about what you'll need to do for your business and your property investments. If you're watching this on Facebook Live, you've probably already liked our Facebook Live page. If you haven't, please like it. We'd really love to have you there. Today, we're going to be running an interview that I did with Warren Pavey from Crediflex, one of the sponsors. Warren is a lending expert with over 35 years' experience in the banking and finance industry, and he specialises in business lending policy, processes, and systems. Warren has been a finance broker itself for the past 8 years and purchased Crediflex back in 2013. Warren is keen to share his knowledge and expertise with his clients and with you guys at MBPN to help them achieve their goals and your goals, not only by arranging a loan that you'll need, but also working with you on an ongoing basis to make sure that you're getting what you need from your business. So thank you very much for watching MBPN this month. As always, please like our Facebook page, share this, get your friends and family into MBPN because we really think it's a great thing, and we want to keep it going, for the next few years at least. Thanks very much. And now my interview with Warren Pavey.
Welcome, Warren, to MBPN.
Thanks, Jeremy. Glad to be here and share some insights.
Excellent. So we've got a couple of questions that we're going to go through just to give some people some ideas about what to do in the lending space. So let's start off with how do you understand how much equity you have in your property?
Yeah, good question. One of the key things is people think to get a market appraisal from a real estate agent, but that's only good if you're selling. So you need to order a bank valuation and go from there.
Yeah, excellent. All right. So a lot of people are tempted. They've been with a bank for a long period of time. They've got a relationship with their banker. Why should they not do that? Go straight to their banker and go to a mortgage broker instead, like yourself.
Yeah, well, some people do that. I always get a few new clients who found us one way or another, and they've been to their bank, and the bank valuation has come up at say 500, and all they can do is go by that one valuation that the bank orders through one of their valuers. So they're sort of limited by that valuation.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So what are the advantages of going to a finance broker as opposed to a banker? What are they? Yeah.
We have multiple lenders we deal with. So we have access to free valuations.
Yep.
One of the ones I've got on at the moment, I ordered 4 free upfront valuations through 4 different lenders, of course. And you would not believe the variety in valuation amount alone, from 470 to 550,000. Okay, so this guy is going through a separation with his wife, and needed to maximise the valuation to pay her out. Yep. So we're naturally going with the one at 550 because the numbers all work for him, and that's not through his current bank.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very good.
That's the advantage in revaluation is maximising your valuation.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. All right, and so when someone comes to you, say they're looking at buying an investment property or a second or third or fourth property, is it time to look at their current home loan or their other loans at the same time? Is that something that people should be looking at?
Yeah, especially if they're wanting to use the equity out of their current house, which is what a lot of people need to do because they don't have, say, 20% purchase price plus legals lying around to buy an investment property. So yeah. So what we do then is we order the valuation on the current house.
Yep.
They're looking at a pre-approval scenario and gather all their financial information and not only have a look at the valuation, from a few different lenders, but we also do analysis around if the best valuation also has the best offer or not in terms of rates, fees, that sort of stuff. So not just interest rate, but we look at rates, fees, and also how much they can borrow, because every lender is different.
Yeah, I think that's the key though. People often look at the interest rate and go, "Oh, the interest rate is 5% or something," but they don't look at the fees that are attached to that, do they? And that's a trap that a lot of people fall into.
It is, yeah. So I have the habit of asking people, do you want a loan with fees or not? Upfront, ongoing. You know what the answer is. No, we don't want any fees.
That's right.
So we can't get the no fee option all the time, because those loans don't have the features that the fee options may do, like offset, which is a big requirement these days.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a handy thing for people to have. Yeah.
It is, yeah.
So you mentioned before pre-approval. Can you work us through that process and how long it normally takes? I know it's probably a bit of a how long's a piece of string, but what's the process and how long does it normally take for people to get it?
Yeah. Well, naturally it varies depending on people's circumstances, complexity of financial situation, and all that sort of stuff. So I'll give you the best case scenario. We can do an online fact find, send the client an email, they can send us back the information, we can get their pay slips and everything else. Order the valuation, get that. Best case scenario is we submit it today and get approved tomorrow.
Oh, wow. That quickly.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have lenders that quick. I did a refinance and a purchase, exactly this scenario, a week ago. Had it lodged first thing in the morning, documents emailed to the lender. I had it approved by the afternoon, both unconditionally approved. Worst case scenario, we can go to one of the big banks, not mentioning any names, and it can take 3 to 4 weeks.
Really?
Yep.
And is that because they've got so much business, or that they've just got their process is just cumbersome and unnecessarily complicated?
A bit of both, yeah. I think they always say they're busy, but they over-engineer the process and they're over-compliant around things because regulators are having a look at them at the moment.
As they always are. So if someone wants to go down that approach, what's the general cost of that of getting a pre-approval? Is it expensive?
No, it doesn't cost a cent.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, that's
a bit of time, really.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I want the pre-approval to proceed at some stage, but pre-approvals generally last anywhere from 3 months to 6 months.
Yep.
So depending on the lender. But yeah, it doesn't cost a cent. Just a bit of time, ordering, getting the information, submitted, sign-offs.
Yep.
Naturally, like to meet the clients at some stage. I need to meet the clients at some stage.
Absolutely.
And go through those processes as quickly and painlessly as we can.
And just before we conclude, just what does a pre-approval mean? Obviously, you can't just get a pre-approval and then go and buy a house. Like there's got to be a valuation of the house too, I presume, that a bank would want to see that it stacks up before they give things. So what does a pre-approval mean in the sense of, and what else needs to be done once you've got one?
Yeah. Well, there's different forms of pre-approval as well.
Mm-hmm.
I can submit a loan application to one bank. Without a person even looking at it, I get a pre-approval back instantaneously.
Yep.
I don't share those with the clients because they're not worth anything, because no information has been validated by the lender.
Yep.
Okay, so we discard those ones. And if we do have to go with that particular lender, we tell the clients, what the pre-approval means.
Yep.
Which is not much. So the best pre-approval is the lender validates all the client's details, income, etc. If we have a current existing property, we have an upfront valuation. So all that means then is it's approved subject to a signed contract of sale, and also once we get that satisfactory valuation.
Yep.
So people often want to get a pre-approval to go to an auction, and the risks of doing that is that the valuation, they overpay at auction,
get
excited with other bidders, etc., and the valuation doesn't stack up with the numbers.
Yep.
So the problem for the client is then they have to put in extra money to make it work.
Yes, yeah, that's right. Yeah, so I think that's an important point for people to understand. And yeah, people also probably don't understand that at an auction, you can actually, if you want, you can make your bid subject to finance, and if you're unsure about it, and it's up to the seller whether or not they agree to it. But that's a really important thing that a lot of people don't realize. Agents don't like it, obviously, for obvious reasons. But you know, if you're unsure whether you can get the money, then don't go and bid at an auction if your contract's not going to be subject to finance at the end of the day. So Warren, thank you very much for that. I think that's really good advice to people. Is there anything else that you wanted to add for this month's MBPN?
No, all I can say is that, you know, it does take a while to get prepared for doing any of this stuff. And, you know, quite happy to work through more than one scenario with clients. You know, sometimes it takes several scenarios to work through because they find a property and it doesn't proceed for whatever reason. So, you know, we don't charge any fees for our service. When we get the loan through, we get paid a commission at the end of the day. So we rely on that.
Yep. Excellent. All right. And if people want to reach you, how can they get in contact with you?
Yeah, best is mobile, 0419 781 428, or we've got a website, crediflexcombucha.com.au.
Great, and I'll post those onto the link on Facebook when we play this live, so that people can get in touch with you if they want. Maybe not your mobile number, but I'll put the website on there.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Excellent. Thanks, Warren.
Okay. Bye.